Hello, PBE, and welcome to the Season 63 Minor League Draft. I will be your host, once again, as always, professional button pusher, Aria EXE, and I am joined today by a few of the GMs from various minor league teams. We can go through and introduce them. I don't know. Just start from the top of the list alphabetically. Artemis, why don't you start?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am the GM for the Dillos, and I like turtles.
Right. Well, I guess we can just continue down the list. Uh, Dame.
Yeah, hey everyone, Chaotic One Dame. I also like turtles. Here's the GM of the Bruce City Bears because my co-GM is asleep in Australia. So you guys got stuck with me today. Welcome aboard.
I'm Jacob. I'm the GM for Louisville. I think this is maybe my 14th or 15th draft. I've lost count. But looking forward to what's always the best day for a minors GM getting to draft some new players.
Hi, I'm Rory. I'm the GM of the Kansas City Hepcats, and I have no strong opinions on turtles.
I am the man who sold the world, longtime listener, first time interviewee. I am the newly minted GM of the Kingpins, and I'm excited for this draft. Shout out to all my leatherback turtles.
I'm Tycho566. I'm the assistant GM for the Hepcats. This is my second draft, and turtles are cool, but I'm really into crows, I guess. So there's that.
All right. And for those GMs not here, for most of them, we've got some notes lovingly provided by them, so we still have stuff to talk about on most of those picks. So I think that's enough talking for now. Let's jump into the draft. So we'll head into the first round. 9 picks, as we have 9 active teams in the minors. And we'll head through these till we're through the draft class. Starting off at first overall, the Anchorage Wheelers will select Ivy Nurple, starting pitcher. Going first overall, user Ivy Nurple. Fortunately, didn't receive draft notes, but from what I know, Ivy Nurple, I believe, is a new user. If anyone wants to supplement.
Yeah, no, they're a new user. They're actually somebody that we had on our board that I was kind of interested in taking as a pitcher. Definitely did not make it close to where we picked though. But they've been doing a great job on the forum cleanup team. So it feels like they've been on that team for like a month already. So they've been around for a bit, but it's been great to have them there, and definitely a good pick. They're gonna get a great user out of this. So
Yeah, absolutely. Love new user jumping into the league super deeply already. Love to see it. Congrats on going first overall. I hope you enjoy Anchorage. Moving on, at number 2, the Florida Flamingos will have the pick, and they will select Miles Tremonti, starting pitcher, user Hummus God. So obviously a massive bust, former commissioner Hummus God. So big bust taken at number 2 here. I do have a note from Chadwick, the Flamingos GM. Our number 1 need in this draft was the hole open in our starting rotation. Very pleased to be able to welcome a real Florida man to the Florida Flamingos. Having a former commissioner in the clubhouse should be a real lift to all the Flamingos players. Welcome to Florida, Hummus. So yeah, obviously Hummus, someone who's always been super involved in the league. Very long time commissioner before our current regime. And yeah, so going to Florida. Moving on to number 3. That is the Dillos pick. Artemis, if you'd like to talk about it, or I can read out the notes as well, whatever you'd prefer.
Yeah, I got it. Are you gonna reveal it first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go and reveal it. So at number 3, the Amarillo Armadillos select Rayquaza, starting pitcher, user Pidgey Destined.
Yes, we had a huge hole with our starting pitchers. Plus, I know Pidgey from SSL and ISFL, so it's just a connection. So why not fill it up with someone valuable?
Yeah, absolutely. Top tier name as well, both player name and user. Always love some Pokemon. And yeah, so congratulations, Rayquaza, heading to Amarillo. All right. At 4 and 5, we have back-to-back picks for the Chicago Kingpins. Man Who Sold the World, I know you sent notes, but do you want to talk about either of these picks as we go through?
I think if you could announce both of them first, and then afterwards I'll talk about them both, that'd be awesome, if you don't mind, Aria.
Sure. All right. At number 4, then, the Chicago Kingpins select Zion Wins Jr., starting pitcher, Petra Likes Baseball. Someone who's returning to the league. As well, at number 5, the Chicago Kingpins select Rory Gorshall, starting pitcher, user Gordo, another returning user, I should say. Man Who Sold the World. All you.
Yeah, so we were really looking to address the rotation, and having 2 first-round picks was huge for that. Petra has been a long-time PBE user, former GM of the Raptors, obviously, someone that I really trust, and was our former GM Toast's first ever PBE GM. So I thought that was a really cool connection that I didn't know until after we had drafted her. And then Gordo was someone who applied for my co-GM spot, and I couldn't take on a new user right away, but I did have some really illuminating conversations with him in regards to scouting, and so I felt like it was the right pick when I made it. Already doing a ton for his TPE, and I'm really excited for the potential future of our rotation with these 2 picks.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe all of our first 5 picks so far have been pitchers.
They're a hot commodity.
Absolutely. It's a very, also, I think just generally very pitcher-heavy class, which we definitely desperately needed. Moving on to number 6, the Kansas City Hepcats will select CC Slothbia, relief pitcher, user BFan. Rory, Tycho, your comments?
Yeah, I got this one. So CC is going to be a huge addition to the Hepcats bullpen. BFan has already shown that they know how to make quality pitchers, and CC Slothbia will be no different. Already sporting a 1.29 ERA with 21 strikeouts in 14 innings, it won't take any time for CC to start dominating the lineups for the Hepcats. We're really excited to have them on our team.
All right. Wonderful. Congratulations to BFan. Hope it's a wonderful time in Kansas City. Moving forward at 7, we have the Louisville Lemurs making their first pick of the draft. And at the 7th pick, they select Prepotente Pony, right fielder, first hitter off the board, user Captain Kegleg. Jacob, what have you got?
Yeah, so I was very nervous going into this draft because I thought that with all the pitchers, we might not be able to get some of the good bats because people might wait on them, and we had no need for pitchers. but we got very lucky because none of the people that got taken above us were none of our bats that were on our board got taken. Everybody went with pitchers, so we were actually able to grab our top bat on the board. Um, and Captain Keglag or Vixus on Discord had a really great conversation with them. We needed a kind of in a tough spot. We needed a shortstop, and there weren't any shortstops in the class, but he was very open to going wherever we needed, and so I'm very excited to bring him in, and hopefully will be a really big piece of our lineup going forward. I think kind of my standard question I ask all of the draftees when I scout. The answer he gave to me was probably the best answer I've ever seen in probably 200 scouting messages. So was really excited to add him in. I think he's going to be a really, really big piece of the locker room.
Nice. All right. So welcome to Louisville. Looking forward to see how that lineup shapes up. Moving on, at number 8, the Bruce City Bears, with that 8th pick, will select Rufus Lafaro, relief pitcher, user Dr. K. Dame, what have you got?
Dr. K, you have no idea how quick. I know everyone in all the other GMs know that we took our time on this pick, but that was only so that way I could wait for my co-GM to wake up so I could get total confirmation that this was the route we were going to go down. Because immediately the second that I saw Dr. K was still on the board, we had to bring him in. We had to. From a on the field perspective, part of the struggles that we had as a team in that World Series was the fact that our bullpen was lacking. We had a great starting pitching rotation, but only a couple of people in the bullpen, and that ended up being one of the biggest reasons why we were only able to take it to 6. So this was an obvious pick from a team building perspective, and then from a user perspective. Aria can attest. In the quick paragraph that I wrote, I think I used the word love like 3 or 4 times. I love Dr. K. Dr. K is amazing. He was with us during his last stint with Abassi. He was with us for 2 or 3 seasons. He's absolutely wonderful, and I am so thankful that we are able to bring him back for another player career. So welcome home, Dr. K.
For sure. Congratulations. First round to the Bruce City Bears. Moving on. Pick number 9, the final pick of the first round. The Louisville Lemurs will trade it to the Amarillo Armadillos alongside an inactive pitcher, Blake Foe III, and receive next year's first rounder from the Dillos. So Artemis, Jacob, you're both involved in this trade. You want to give any insight into it?
At least for us, we knew that we needed to make a move considering what happened to us last season. So it made sense to try to get an advantage this draft instead of waiting next.
All right. Jacob, anything to add?
Oh,
I'm thinking he
he
might.
didn't like the draft.
Yeah, he might be having some troubles. I think I've seen him. He's been kind of in and out. But no worries. We'll get him back at some point. I think he might just be having some internet troubles. But yeah, anyway, the 9th pick now owned by the Dillos, and they will use it to select Stupe Giori, left fielder, user Windsor. Artemis, what do you got?
I had a good conversation with Windsor, and I knew that they wanted to be a part of the league and they know how to act, how to get themselves incorporated. And I had an amazing conversation with them.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they traded up for you, Windsor. Congratulations, heading down south to Amarillo.
It's kind of hot.
It gets a little warm in those summer months. But yeah, that's your first round. A lot of pitchers, couple sort of natural outfielders. We'll see how those positions shake out as they get into the lineups. But moving on, the second round, the Anchorage Wheelers have the first pick here with the 10th overall pick. They will select Shelly Summers, relief pitcher, user Lunar Ripcole. Don't have any notes from Anchorage, but I will say I am a sucker for the Shellos render. But yeah, Lunar Ripcole was my teammate on Detroit these past few seasons. And yeah, wishing them nothing but the best for their Recreate career with Shelly Summers. Moving on to 11, I'll go ahead and announce the 11th overall pick for the Lemurs. They will select Matthew Huggins, starting pitcher, user Sax. Jacob, if you're able to hear me and you're able to talk,
I think I just got it fixed right now. So
perfect. So, what do you got for Matthew Huggins with 11 overall? I mean, we might not have it fixed.
He tried.
He tried. We're trying our best.
And he's gone.
It wouldn't be a draft stream if nobody had technical troubles.
I sincerely hope like your Discord, the call entering and leaving is going out to everyone because it's really funny.
No, I've got streamer mode on. I'm not getting any kind of notification sounds except like the little unmute that plays through someone when they unmute. But yeah, I guess I'll Sax. Not a username is familiar to me. I assume a new user, but going near the top of the second round, and what so far has seemed like a very good draft through the first round and into the second round. So, yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Sax, headed to Louisville. Yeah, congratulations. Excited to see how your player pans out. All right, on to number 12, the Dillos with their third pick in these first 12. They will select Eric Hustle, second baseman, user Patman. Artemis, what have you got for us?
I don't have much, but I had a short but sweet conversation with them. This is their second player, so we decided to take the gamble on them.
All right. Short and sweet description as well. Congratulations to Eric Hustle. We will be excitedly watching how you do with the Dillos. All right, moving on to 13, the State College Swifties making their first selection in the draft here in the near the middle of the second round. They will select Rice Shower, second baseman, user Chiba66. One of our, I believe, one of a couple UMA players in this draft. And I do have notes, courtesy of the Swifties GMs. Rice Baby. Tishiba was one of the last players included in the draft pool, and we are so happy they were included. With our fifth-year shortstop Jack Rousseau aging out, we knew we needed to find a good defensively minded replacement, and we found exactly that in Rice Shower. An experienced sim leaguer, Tishiba is ready to bring their magic onto the diamond and help the Swifties get back to the playoffs. Can't you see Rice Shower belongs with the Steeds? They belong with the Steeds. Welcome to State College, Tishiba 66. So yeah, another batter off the board. Swifties Getting a very what word am I looking for? A very thematically appropriate pick with their first selection in the draft. On to 14. The Chicago Kingpins are on the clock, and they will select Puckle Nuck, right fielder, user Eric Belmont. Man who sold the world. What have you got?
Yeah, Belmont is a former Kingpin himself. I was actually going back through a conversation that we had up to 3 years ago and learned that he had scouted me for the Kingpins way back when, which is super funny because now it's the other way around. But we were looking to add some outfield depth this offseason, and I couldn't think of a better person to do it than with a former Kingpin in Puckle Nuck.
Yeah, Eric Beaumont, been around a long time in the PBE, returning as well to the Kingpins. So congratulations. On to 15, the Swifties will be selecting again, and the State College Swifties at 15 select Chris Rice, starting pitcher, user Ricer13. Notes once again from the Swifties, this starting pitcher is rated Ricer13. Chris Rice is a former Swiftie who returns to the stable to round out our starting rotation. Rice13 just recently rejoined the Draft Graphics team, so unfortunately their pick was spoiled for them. But hey, they got to create their own render, although the render was actually made by GT. Shout out Draft Graphics team and GT. Ricer, we can't wait to see you make hitters shake it off on the way back to the dugout. We found a blank space in our rotation, and we wrote Ricer13's name. Welcome to the Swifties, Ricer13. Yeah, Steve's really liking Rice this draft. 2 for 2. Moving forward, the Firehawks making their first pick now in the draft. And they will select Raul Chamberlain. Raul Chamberlain? I think I'm close. A relief pitcher, user Jorg the Goat 03. I did have a quick note from the Firehawks. We are excited to add Raul Chamberlain, aka Pac-Man, to our bullpen at Cali. Having prior Sim League experience makes getting him at this point of the draft a steal in our eyes. So yeah, absolutely welcome to California, the first pick of the draft for the Firehawks. Excited to see how the staff improves. Moving on, last couple picks of the second round at 17, the Brew City Bears select Chamberlain. Okay. At 17, the Bears select Seun Sky, left fielder, user Squibs, the other UMA player in this draft. Dame, what have you got?
That's right, Beavy. You can't have all of the horses because we have to bring some to Brew City. Squibs is awesome, so I do share a Sim League UMA server with him, and he messaged me saying he and Shiba were gonna create like 7 hours before the draft cutoff. So I was super excited and really hoping that because they managed to sneak in at the last second, maybe they would go under the radar a little bit, and we'd be able to get at least one of them. Obviously, I wanted both, but we are super lucky and super fortunate to be able to bring in Squibs, and we're excited to add the 1998 Satsuki Show and Kikuka Show champion to the roster of Uma Musume. So welcome aboard, Squibs.
For sure, congratulations. The Dream Team split, yeah. But yeah, heading to Brew City now for the final pick of the second round. The Louisville Lemurs will select Uh, Dirk Quackenbosch? Dirk Quackenbosch, I think. Right fielder, user Mug Maniac. Jacob, you with us?
Yeah, hopefully.
All right.
Finally, I think it's working. But yeah, so we kind of looking at the board. Bears made a great pick at 17. One of the players we're looking at, but we also had one of the bats that we're really hoping to have fall to us later in the draft in Mugmaniac's recreate. Mugmaniac was a new create that I drafted back in, I want to say, season 51, 52, 53, somewhere around there. Had a solid career with the Sloths, maybe, with Cornelius George Braxton, and I think is the first player that I'm going to have had drafted twice. We've had a couple of alumni come back that I have GM before, but Mugmaniac will be the first that I drafted both times. So super excited to have them back. They were a really key part of our locker room last time, and really looking forward to having them back again this time.
Yeah, wonderful. Congratulations. Yeah, Louisville is Valor's right. Louisville's a really good landing spot. Every minor league team is a good landing spot, but yeah, Louisville is just, very very well managed as well over the years. So congratulations, and that is your second round. Congratulations to all of our draftees here. And moving on into the third round, the Anchorage Wheelers select Waylon Okonomowak. Waylon Okonomowak. Please correct me if I messed that one up. Oconomowoc?
It's a city in Wisconsin.
Ah, okay. All right, so Waylon
I've been there many
Oconomowoc.
times.
I hope to move to Wisconsin someday, and I imagine I'll get familiar at some point. But yeah, relief pitcher, user Schwein. Once again, I don't have any particular notes for this pick, but Anchorage adding another pitcher to their roster, really bolstering their staff, and I imagine Schwein will be a key piece in that. So
yeah, I think Schwein's coming from the SBA. I believe he's a pretty big user there. So definitely a great pick for the Wheelers if he can kind of take what he's been doing in the SBA and bring it to Anchorage. And I asked him about where the name came from. He said that he drove past it and saw it on a sign.
Nice.
So,
I mean, hey, it's like,
yeah.
Maybe I should do that on long drives more often. Just look at town names and go, that'd be a wonderful PBE name. But yeah, congratulations. I hope it's a wonderful time in Anchorage. Moving on to number 20, the Florida Flamingos select Schmebelgop Zbungus. Really testing my reading abilities here. Starting pitcher, user Crash Test Dummy. The Flamingos did get me a note here. Had a real fun, entertaining conversation with Crash Test Dummy. Can't wait to teach this baseball-playing alien the PBE ropes. Welcome to Florida's Bungus. So yeah, Spungus, early third-round pick, pitcher in a very deep pitcher draft. There is absolutely, going late in this draft as a pitcher, there's absolutely no, and going late in any draft, really, what matters is going forward, for sure. So, falling to the third round doesn't necessarily mean anything, but, yeah, it's going to be a wonderful time in Florida, and I'm looking forward to seeing how your career goes. At 21, the Amarillo Armadillos will select Joey Hightower, relief pitcher, user Joey H29. Artemis did have to step out, so I'll be taking over with the notes he left for me. This one was a bit of a Hail Mary pick, but I do believe in them. I did scout them when the pick was up, but it's fine. It worked out. Had a short but sweet talk with them. Welcome to Amarillo and Dillo Dillo. So yeah, congrats heading to Amarillo to help out their bullpen. I believe a couple of their key relievers actually just aged out, so definitely an important pick for the Dillos here. Moving on, 22 and 23 are back-to-back Swifty picks. 22, they select Man of Steel. Oh, what a great name. The Man of Steel, third baseman, user McLovin Jr. Notes from the Swifties. This Man of Steel is old enough to party. McLovin Jr. joins the Swifties looking to prove that all he does is steal bases, hearts, and maybe a few hits down the third base line. Welcome to the stable, McLovin Jr. We hope you're ready for it. And then moving on to the Swifties' other pick at 23, they will select James Sellen, starting pitcher, user Toast Mayhem. Our carb collection continues with some toast. The Swifties are excited to welcome Toast Mayhem to the pitching staff. We don't know if the toast is burnt and buttered or just causing mayhem, but we're hoping opposing lineups are the ones getting cooked. Welcome to State College, Toast Mayhem. So yeah, congratulations to both of these players heading to a storied team, a lot of history in State College. At 24, the Hepcats are back on the clock, and they will select Nathan Abel, first baseman, user D the Pyro. Rory, Tycho, what you got?
I'll take this one. We were very excited to be able to add Nathan Abel and the power that he's going to bring to our lineup. We suspect that he'll fit right into our nice, strong team, which is kind of something that we've been building since I took over the Hepcats as a GM. This is D the Pyro's second player. He had a very successful reliever career, and now they're going to do the opposite and start throwing heats the opposite way.
Yeah, super excited. I want to say this is their second or third player?
It might be their third. Second on the portal, for sure.
Second on the portal, definitely. I think they had one before the portal. But yeah, super excited to see where this one goes. Congratulations to D the Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro just said in rookie chat, third total. I imagine that's what he meant. Third total, third player.
Third total player, yep.
Sorry, D the Pyro.
All right, moving on as we enter the later part of the third round. At 25, the California Firehawks will select Ethan Voss, second baseman, user Junes. Notes from the Firehawks. We believe that Ethan Voss, a.k.a. Junes, will be a key part of our lineup and defense. Getting someone with that amount of TPE already this late in a draft is a real nice blessing, and looking forward to adding them to the team. So congratulations, Junes. Excited to see how California, how well you work with the Firehawks. At 26, the Bruce City Bears on the clock once again. They will select Mike Osmall, first baseman, user Jabacon420. Dame, what have you got for us?
Yeah, this is the official home run king of Prospect League. He broke the record last night, or the night before that, coming into the playoffs. Gordo, in his mock draft, had Mike going 1 overall. So to be able to get him here at 26 is a heck of a steal as far as I'm concerned. He's also a real-life friend of our beloved Yeti Taz, who gave in a fantastic endorsement when we were going through scouting. So as soon as we got here, that was absolutely the pick as soon as we got here. You also evaded that name trap by just the narrowest of margins, Aria.
I mean, it would have been... I mean, You would need another CK sound in there to really make it work, but you know.
Couldn't tell you to clip that. I couldn't tell chat to clip that. You were so close. So yeah, welcome aboard, Bradley.
All right, looking forward to that. And now our final pick of the third round, the Louisville Lemurs will select Carmichael Finch, starting pitcher user Carmichael Finch. Jacob, what do you have?
Yeah, we the Bears took the last guy that we had been able to make contact with on the board, so we were kind of out of luck and just decided to take a pitcher. Worst comes to worst, they'll hang around our bullpen for a bit, but hopefully send them an invite. I know that they left the Discord servers though, so not a great sign. But if they're looking for, they want to come back and have a minor league career and try to make something out of it, love to have them in the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely would love to see them in the league on the Lemurs. But you know, no harm in maybe being a future Rana as well. But yeah, that's your third round. Congratulations, everyone here. And as I said earlier, it's not the draft position; it's what you do with it. So, you could be drafted here and then go first overall in the majors draft next season. Oh, every chance of that. But moving on into the fourth round, at 28, the Wheelers will select the Slayer, first baseman user the Watcher, with maybe the hardest render of the Lich King I've ever seen. Shout out Orbiting Death. And yeah, I don't have any notes for this pick, but I'm assuming it's kind of another one where it was tough to make contact with them, but I could be wrong. And either way, hope they have a wonderful career in Anchorage and up into the majors. So congratulations, the Watcher. Then at 29, the Flamingos will pass. We're seeing teams, they kind of have very full lineups. We've had a couple very solid draft classes, so teams are trying to shuffle around, make sure everyone gets some playing time. So few teams are going to pass here: the Mingos, the Dillos, and the Swifties. And at 32, our final draft pick will be Ichiri Lachgar, center fielder, user Ichiri04. And Man Who Sold the World, do you have any comments for the last pick?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we were trying to build outfield depth this offseason as well as the pitching depth. Ichiri was a guy that I considered taking all the way back in the second round because we were really looking to add a center fielder. So to get him here with the very last pick was really awesome, and I'm excited to have him as part of the squad.
Wonderful. And yeah, hopefully be able to make contact, join the team, and have a great career. And that is the end of the draft. Everyone who is in the draft class has been selected, but if you have created and you didn't see your name, you are on waivers. I don't know if I have the information on the people who've been gotten already.
No, I imagine not. They wouldn't have made the draft slides just because I think the only waivers who cleared earlier today.
Okay. Well, I can actually pull up the waiver channel here real quick. Yeah, Punk mentioning 2 can be announced, so I will absolutely jump into here and talk about those real quick. Don't think neither of the GMs are in there or in the call right now, so I'll just look forward to speaking with them after the announcement. So, the The first waiver is Richard Fox, starting pitcher. And on waivers, they will be heading to Florida, the Florida Flamingos. The other is Steve Schulmeyer, starting pitcher, user the Reaper, heading to the Anchorage Wheelers on waivers. So if either of you are in chat, you can expect to hear from either of those teams shortly. And then, yeah, I believe that is everything. We got a couple people still waiting on waivers. For them, you can expect to hear from GMs within the next 24 hours. That's kind of a very long-term, like very conservative estimate. You should hear well before then. But give it about 24 hours, and then you should hear from your GMs and get an invite to the locker room and be able to get started there. Shout-outs. Shout out to Draft Graphics team, as always. Thank you for your hard work getting these slides in. I know the Miners Draft is a very tight turnaround because it doesn't get started until the off-season actually does. Shout out to Miners HO, making sure the draft runs smoothly. Shout out to, obviously, all the GMs who are drafting. Extra special shout out to everyone who joined me today. I know a couple people already dipped, but everyone still in here, especially, thank you so much for joining me, talking about your picks. Also, thank you to the GMs who got me notes, so I had something to talk about. Wasn't just yapping blind. And yeah.
Shout out Aria.exe for being the best
I was gonna do
draft
that.
streamer.
You bastard.
Yeah, I guess I'm here too. And yeah, congrats to everyone who was drafted. I hope you have a wonderful time with your teams. And hopefully, you have a wonderful Majors draft next season. And of course, everyone else who showed up in chat, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you tomorrow, where NASPACE will be presenting the Season 62 awards and putting a final bow on this past season, so we can move on to spring training of Season 63 next week. So yeah.
Go Pins. Pins Season 63 champions. Guarantee it now.
Book it.
All right.
We'll see you in the playoffs.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.